Picture a future where you enjoy complete financial freedom, a life of stability secured through the power of long-term investing. Believe it or not, this is not a mere fantasy, but an attainable reality when you commit to making investments for long-term wealth. You see, successful millionaires have adopted this tactic in their daily lives, and you can too. So if you're ready to discover the best long-term investments that will help you build wealth, then you clicked on the right video. These investments have the potential to change your financial future. So without any further ado, let's begin, shall we? Number 1. Stocks. While multiple investment options are available, stocks, especially those from public companies, are what most people are familiar with. However, if stocks aren't your thing, you can opt for equity index funds or exchange-traded funds, ETFs, depending on your preference. Funds like the S&P 500, for instance, provide a diversified portfolio containing hundreds of stocks. The great thing about these funds is that by investing in them, you minimize the risks associated with putting all your money into a single stock. As you explore the world of ETFs, you'll come across growth and value stocks that aim to offer value through price appreciation instead of dividends. These funds invest in high-performing companies based on market capitalization or the total value of their shares. Value funds focus on stable, mature companies that are often overlooked and undervalued by the market. These companies typically have a strong track record of paying dividends, even if their future growth projections aren't as fast as growth funds. On the other hand, growth funds thrive when the economy is booming and interest rates are low, while value funds perform best in less favorable economic conditions. Both value and growth funds can be found as ETFs or mutual funds. Now, you may be tempted to invest in individual stocks, but keep in mind that they come with a higher risk compared to ETFs. Therefore, consider this option if you have a high-risk appetite. While the returns can be substantial, the risks are equally great. If you choose to pursue individual stocks, consider blue-chip companies which have a history of long-term growth. When you're ready to take the plunge, you can purchase individual stocks or ETFs through an authorized broker. ETFs are typically commission-free, while mutual funds require a minimum investment and may involve a commission. By carefully considering your options, you can unlock the potential of long-term investments and pave the way to financial success. Number 2. Certificates of deposit. If you're looking for a safe investment option, then you should consider CDs. You see, banks offer certificates of deposit, CDs, at higher interest rates than regular savings accounts. However, you have to commit to a specific time frame, during which the financial institution provides periodic payments as returns. Additionally, investors can't withdraw their money during the specified period without facing penalties. So when the invested amount finally matures, be it in months or years, you have a choice. Get your money back or reinvest it to earn even more interest. This investment option is perfect for risk-averse investors who don't need the cash right away. While these investments are pretty safe, they do come with smaller returns. As safe as CDs are, they're not immune from risk, which occurs when returns owed to investors decrease due to lower interest rates, just like what happened in 2020 and 2021. Keep in mind that inflation also affects these interest rates and could potentially erode the value of your investment. If you're interested, talk to your local banks or credit unions and let them tell you more about this. Before moving on, I want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. You may know Skillshare for classes in photography, film and video editing, and illustration. But did you know Skillshare has hundreds of career-focused classes too? This year is the perfect time to reinvent your goals and yourself. Whether you're planning on choosing a career in line with your passion or switching from a daunting job to monetizing your hobbies, then Skillshare is your platform, where you get to learn at your own pace with lots of fun and practicality. Skillshare offers meaningful and fulfilling courses with a mix of specialized skills and aspirational learnings. One course that I really like is Creating Your Dream Career. Uncover and apply your creative strengths. The course is taught by Holly M. Coley-Murchison, an artist and cultural geographer. What I liked about the course is that it teaches you how to create a crystal clear vision for your own future. Plus, it has exercises and downloadable worksheets. The course will teach you how to look to your past for your strengths, realize which skills you use day to day to envision a future where they're embraced and honed, and to create an action plan to get there, plus so much more. So join today, and the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Number 3. Government bond funds. If you're a beginner investor searching for the perfect place to start, then you should consider government bonds. These investments are incredibly secure, and although the returns aren't that high, they're a great place to begin your investment journey. In fact, they're safer than most of the options on this list because they're 100% backed by the government. With government bonds, you can rest easy knowing that your money is safe and sound. It's the one investment that's almost guaranteed to be completely secure. You can purchase these funds through online brokers, and the best part is that most of them allow investors to buy without any commission, although not always. Number 4. Series 1 Bond. The Series 1 bond is unarguably one of the most secure bond types out there. They're issued by the US Treasury, and these bonds are fantastic because they shield investors from the effects of inflation. That means if the inflation rate rises, so does the payout for that period, and if the inflation rate drops, the payout decreases accordingly. In addition, the payout rate based on inflation is adjusted every 6 months, keeping you well protected. This investment option is perfect for risk-averse investors with a relatively low risk appetite. These bonds earn interest over 3 decades, provided they aren't redeemed for cash within that time frame. However, keep in mind that investors are limited to purchasing only $10,000 worth of these bonds per year. Still, these bonds offer protection against inflation, which is rare among investment options. So if you're interested in getting your hands on some Series 1 bonds, then head over to the US Treasury's website. Number 5. Dividend Stock Funds. Stocks that pay dividends are definitely an attractive option, as they offer an extra layer of revenue for investors. With dividend stocks, you'll receive a percentage of the company's profits in the form of dividend payments, typically distributed quarterly. Not only do dividend stocks enable you to benefit from stock appreciation in the long run, but they also provide a steady stream of income. This investment is ideal for those seeking a consistent income and long-term growth on their investments. However, keep in mind that these investments do come with a higher level of risk. Therefore, it's crucial to watch out for red flags, such as funds without a history of dividend increases. These stocks can be purchased in stock exchanges via a regulated broker. Number 6. Rental housing. Rental housing offers a fantastic opportunity to generate income in 2 ways. First, rental or leasing income, and second, long-term capital gains. There are various approaches to earning rental income with property, including leveraging sharing platforms like Booking and Airbnb. These platforms can yield higher returns for rental property owners with furnished spaces. One of the best aspects of this investment is the availability of financing options, making it easier to get started. To maximize your investment, target undervalued properties in desirable locations. Estimate the average rental income from the property and aim for rental returns of at least 7%. As the years go by, the property's value will increase. Capital gains can be calculated as the difference between the value increment and the original purchase price, minus any fees. Rental housing not only provides a steady cash flow, but it can also contribute to long-term wealth building through capital gains. So don't miss out on this promising investment opportunity. Number 7. Cryptocurrency. One of the most intriguing investment options emerging in recent years is digital currency, which is steadily gaining traction as a medium of exchange. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin have created millionaires around the world, showcasing their potential for significant returns. Bitcoin, for instance, started selling at around $10,000 in 2020, surged to $30,000 in 2021, and even doubled in value in 2022 before experiencing a downturn. There are various other coins in the market, such as Dogecoin, which have made people overnight millionaires. It's important to note that investing in cryptocurrencies is highly volatile and risky, but the potential returns can be unmatched compared to other investments on this list. Those who bought Bitcoin at $10,000 and held onto it are still in a comfortable position today, despite market fluctuations. While some people have amassed considerable wealth through cryptocurrencies, others have lost everything. Therefore, before embarking on this investment journey, it's crucial to learn tips and tricks from experts. Cryptocurrency investments are best suited for long-term investors with a high-risk appetite. You can purchase digital currencies from reputable exchange platforms, but be cautious of fake or scamming platforms. Always keep your wallet details secure and stay vigilant in this ever-evolving digital landscape. Number 8. Real estate investment trusts. If you're interested in real estate but don't have the capital to purchase a property, consider investing in REITs, which is short for Real Estate Investment Trusts. REITs allow you to own a share of property and receive returns through equity ownership or mortgage financing. The properties involved are often commercial, including retail spaces, office buildings, industrial properties, and apartment complexes. The returns on REITs typically come from mortgage financing or equity ownership, with a focus on commercial properties. One of the advantages of REITs is their liquidity. While a brick-and-mortar property may take you a while to sell, with REITs, you can easily and quickly sell your shares. REITs are similar to high-dividend stocks in that they're required to distribute a minimum of 90% of their income to investors in the form of dividends. Historically, REITs have proven to be potentially strong long-term investments that you could include in your portfolio. They provide an accessible way to participate in the real estate market and benefit from the growth potential and income generation that this asset class offers. Number 9. Real estate crowdfunding. Just like REITs, real estate crowdfunding allows you to invest in properties without purchasing them outright or dealing with the hands-on management aspects. These platforms function similarly to traditional crowdfunding platforms, but they're specifically focused on real estate investments. Unlike REITs, crowdfunding platforms give you the opportunity to choose your preferred property, often with attractive return rates ranging between 12% and 14%. Digital platforms such as Fundrise make investing in real estate crowdfunding accessible to non-accredited investors and those without a high net worth. These platforms allow you to select the amount you want to invest and even customize your risk appetite to match your financial goals. Historically, real estate has produced comparable returns to stocks since World War II, making it one of the best long-term investments available. By investing through real estate crowdfunding platforms, you can reap the benefits of this asset class while maintaining control over your specific investments and risk levels. Number 10. Tax-sheltered retirement plans. Tax-sheltered retirement plans may not be investments themselves, but they're a critical strategy to incorporate into your financial plan. These plans offer investors various tax benefits, such as tax deductions on contributions and tax deferral on earnings. This means your income isn't taxed immediately, but only after it's withdrawn from the plan. For instance, let's say you invest $10,000 in a taxable account with a 10% interest rate, and you fall into the 30% annual tax bracket for returns. Your after-tax return on this investment will be 7%, with immediate tax obligations. Over 30 years, your total return would be less than $80,000. Now imagine investing the same amount in a tax-sheltered plan, with the same 10% returns and 30% tax bracket. The returns would be significantly higher, estimated at around $170,000 in 30 years. That's an increase of almost $100,000 in returns. Choosing a tax-sheltered retirement plan should be a no-brainer. Make sure to take advantage of accounts like traditional IRA, 401k, 403b, TSP, and Roth IRA to maximize your long-term financial growth and minimize your tax liabilities. Well, that's it, guys. If you've made it this far, you must have enjoyed the video, so please give it a thumbs up. There's plenty of fantastic content coming your way, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you never miss a video. With that said, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.